heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter, or is this a fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. To come my side, the sunflowers bloom. Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. We're all sitting there outside, just us in the sky.
Yes, it is another terrific Thursday, and I know the conversation has been, Mikey G, I don't know where you get some of these ideas from. I must admit, you know,
Yes.
it is a new year though. It's a new year.
Yes, New Year begins, and of course today is no different than last year.
It is different.
It means that last year I was doing this, and I'm doing this today again. Yeah. But alright, so it's different because I maybe have a little older age on me. If I wasn't aging, it would be probably the same thing. Just messing with it. But as we were saying earlier, Elise, Al Capone, the story of the whole.
Yeah, listen, you can't start from, you have to.
No, I'm saying that
You want a quick recap? Yes.
The recap on that is this.
Yes.
Because for those, let me go this way. For those who are just joining us for the breakfast hour, good morning to you. Right, so I guess we start like that, right? And of course, when we think about it, we're talking about, how important it is for us to socialize as people. Or socialization, how we socialize as people, how we interact with each other. And of course, we're talking about alcohol and booze and these things. And of course, back in the 1930s, it was an illegal drug. And, we had this guy, Al Capone, who actually was the top guy in it, because he emerged to be the top seller, or the top producer, or the top supplier of this drug. Maybe he's not the one who produces it, but he may have people who produce and sell to him, and he buys from people who then. So lots of persons got in the business from the killing aspect of it, where they're the ones who brew the product.
All right.
So it's like, you have like a big one of those big companies that do like various drinks and stuff. They make it, and then they sell it to other persons that would then distribute it all over.
Right.
Or they set up what you call a they supply. And so Al Capone got involved in it, and he became most brutal, notorious, and they sent a guy named Elliot Ness to actually, try to bring him down. And they did everything possible to bring down the whole network of people selling this drug to all various persons all over the place. And it was a task to see. It was difficult because they couldn't get rid of it. It was so ingrained in the society. Everybody was making it. Everybody was drinking and enjoying the thing.
Right.
What they had to do was they had to legalize the drug. As we know today, we call it the party drug in a lot of ways. Because when you have a party and you don't have no alcohol, party can't shot, as it were. These are the slangs and the slogans that are used.
Right.
The party not going to be shot if you don't have the right amount of liquor, the type of liquor, the grade, the brand name ones and all that. Of course, those days, people were buying it up because it was an illegal drug, and so it cost lots of money to actually bring it to the general population. So people would hide on street corners, buy the little thing and bring it home, and if you're caught, you could be arrested for it. Just like most of the narcotics that you have today. They legalized the thing, but what they did after, they couldn't find it, so they had to legalize the drug. What that did when they legalized it was take away the money value of it. They demonetized it. And so by demonetizing the drug, and then just call it the name that it is, alcohol, just brand it alcohol, in some ways, it becomes a $2.99, at $1.99 on every street corner. So anyway, they could get it for $1.99. Nobody wants to ship it from 2,000 miles away to bring it to anybody's destination to sell it for $2.99. So it didn't have that effect as it used to. People are not trying to kill anybody to get it and to sell it anymore. But what it did was it brought social unrest, because the ease of getting it, persons were drinking themselves to death in the initial stage of it. So the government had to basically put in programs to actually, counseling programs and, to combat the high rise of persons now just drinking the thing because it was so free to drink. Everybody think it was hard to get, and everybody had to buy it. Now it's easy, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to stock up 20 bottles just in case anybody decides to make it illegal again. So I know people, it was still selling, but at least the killing kind of like went down. It wasn't being killed, you weren't being killed for it anymore. Lots of men and women goes to bars and sit down and enjoy what you call social drinking, even today. Your mic. And so social drinking today is a popular thing amongst people when they socialize. But yes, the statistics is showing that younger people today in our society is not drinking. They are not in alcohol and all these things. In fact, they show that the statistics of persons who be normally drinking, or the amount of persons drinking, has gone down significantly lower. Wow. And of course, we said that after over time, persons will actually see the craziness of drinking and getting drunk and vomiting on yourself and sleeping on the road side of the road and waking up, find yourself outside the whole time, dog come and pee on you and stuff like that. And then, we said that persons over time would be more educated and would not find themselves doing that as much, which did happen for true.
Right.
But then we also find it goes a little bit further. That this generation, younger folks now, this generation is not a heavy drinker. And they are not doing that. And the reason for that is that they are not socializing. Because they are stuck in their basements most of the time. On their Nintendo Wii's and whatever it is, socially disconnected. Have no friends to share this with, while having millions of friends, so to speak. So it's not because you don't want to drink, but you don't have any reason to sit down and have a conversation or to socialize. So the drinking has dissipated because you are now disconnected from friendship. So we are now finding a different problem from just the booze problem.
A different problem than the booze problem.
That's what we're looking at this morning.
And what is the problem, Mikey G?
I guess the problem would not necessarily be a bad one if you're not drinking. But then,
what are you going to need to do if you're not drinking? Talk?
No, I mean,
Eat.
persons who are socializing. I've never seen alright, here's, alright. And I'm not suggesting anything more than what I'm saying. Don't read any more than I'm saying, guys, please. Here's a feast that Jesus went to.
Yes.
And the wine finished.
Right.
and Jesus was there.
Yeah.
Jesus, the wine is done.
Mm-hmm.
Party can go on.
Well, you have to put it, coin it that way. All right. Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying that when persons talk about Jesus and talk about Christianity and all the things that they do, we are finding ourselves at a place where we are not even able to socialize with each other anymore.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
It was never about the persons in the world who don't do it. We're talking about people of color, the colorful people, the church,
Yes. Yes.
people, Christians, don't even socialize because they're not going to go to no party. I mean, you must have a way that we have our parties that we would have that are not the same as the ones that everybody else would have. I'm sure of it because Jesus was at a wedding feast, a party as you might have had it.
Yes.
There are functions that you are allowed to be at, or you can have your functions, and you have. I'm not saying you've got to have your rum and all this. I'm not saying that.
Right.
So don't come say Mikey come and Flashpoint and talk about Christians can go drink rum. I didn't say that. I'm not saying
get
that.
intoxicated.
Get intoxicated and become a fool of yourself. I did not say that, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when we hear the word, we're having a party and we're keeping a function for one of our friends, and we're going to get together. Everybody say, I'm not coming because you're going to be. Come on. Get away yourself. Jesus was at the party, and he was not just at the party. Jesus, the wine finished. Help us out here. Help us out. Let's go to a commercial when we come back. Of course, welcome guys to the breakfast hour. We are joined here. If you're just joining us, I want to say welcome.
I should have my wine. Speaking of wine.
You're right this morning.
Thank you for the reminder as you go to the commercial break.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
It's a crazy thing.
I don't want you to continue, because, I know,
I'm not continuing.
wine is a mocker, strong, raging, and whoever is deceived by it is not wise.
You know what? I attended a wedding feast. I want to say good morning to the latest couple in the Cayman Islands.
Oh, have you seen those pictures?
I got a glimpse of a few, I saw the bride. Man, she's so beautiful.
She has posted a few of them on social media.
Yes.
And I am waiting to reach out to her. I'm giving her this week. I'm giving her this week. I'm not even saying hi, hello, she knows. But it warms my heart. And I believe that each person in the wedding participants were thoughtfully, they were deliberate. I want to say big up to Mother Pepper and the whole bridal party. It was wonderful to see how this wedding has come together. What a beautiful couple. the elephants make. Congratulations to them. I'll say congratulations. Flashpoint was proud to be a part of that, and Flashpoint continues to be proud to be a part of your events. So give us a call. We're happy to come. We're happy to add the vibe and everything to what you do. So of course, today, I must say that today is Antoinette's birthday.
Ah, my friend Antoinette. My
No,
friend.
my friend. And I want to say a special birthday to you. Of course, it popped up on my phone because a few years ago we did have a little celebration. So I want to say a special birthday to you. Well, it's not time for the birthday greeting. It's actually, Mikey G, it's actually time to share what's happening everywhere else in the world.
Yes.
Besides this little speck that we are located on in Cayman Islands, we are right here, but we are not the entire world, and the world exists beyond our shores, and of course, so we must share not only what's happening locally, but what's happening the world over. Yes. So, of course, today is National Word Nerd Day, National Cassoulet Day, International Choreographers Day, National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, National Balloon Assembly Day. Some of them may not be so familiar to you, but guess what? We believe in lifelong learning. I'm still learning stuff.
National.
You know, yesterday was National Bubble Bath Day. Did you have your bubble bath?
No, I did not have any bubble bath yesterday. I did have a shower though.
Yeah, because most persons are ripping out their baths, and no,
I didn't get a bubble bath yesterday, but
they don't even have a bath to have a bubble
that's
bath.
what I'm saying. I didn't have a shower. Well, I would not say that I don't have a bath. I do have one of those tubs, you know, but yeah, I just went to the shower and just did my showering, and that was just kind of.
All right, it's thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Here it is. All right.
All right, so, you know, internationally, today is celebrated as National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
Wow.
Where would we be without
Law enforcement.
law enforcement,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, as it comes up to, as we're winding and we're getting closer to news time, I'll just give you a glimpse. Just a little glimpse before news, the history of National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was founded in 2015 by multiple organizations who joined together to show appreciation for officers in the United States. One of the main organizations, Concerns of Police Survivors, COPS, C-O-P-S, encourages citizens to thank their police officers on this day in support of their services. According to COPS, they believe that there is a need to show law enforcement officers that people recognize the difficult careers that they have chosen as public service to protect lives and uphold the law. And of course, I know when it's Teachers Appreciation, you know, we do appreciate our teachers, but we need the law enforcement.
We'll tell you straight off the bat that persons, citizens, general, lots of citizens that live in and you would say they're law-abiding too, they don't like the police at all.
Yeah, but not all. Yes, go
They
ahead.
don't like the police at all. And when you think about it, you know, it's a very popular thing. The hatred of the police itself. And for more than one reason.
Right.
Because you'd have seen police officers who would have
Abuse their powers.
the power that they would have had.
Yes.
And they deal with regular citizens as criminals
Yes.
when they should
Right.
probably.
But there's some good ones.
No, hold on. I'm coming to it. I'm getting there. And what it does, it muddies up the water for the exemplary officers of the law that actually perform their duties immaculately and well. And I see that a lot of times we do not celebrate the work that they do because there are a few that would have made a mess to destroy what others would do. And so they can't separate themselves.
Right.
And because of that, you're unable to be properly a very suitable fit for the society by and large. When we look at it, every time someone have a problem, the first go-to is to call the police.
Exactly.
So we must.
I don't matter the time of night.
It don't matter what time of the night. These officers of the law, they're going to get up. They're already out of bed. They're patrolling around when you are sleeping.
Yes.
Despite the fact that some might actually slip into a few beds that they are not supposed to be in the nights where they are supposed to be on duty.
Can you just keep the sentence one? Oh, no, but it's it's news time.
But here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm going.
Yes.
The officers of the law, like I said before, are the go-to that when citizens need help,
right,
they are the ones responding.
Yes.
They're the ones responding. And so we have to be mindful not to mistake the safety that you now possess or are experiencing to a figment of your imagination without the security forces.
And also, I'm correlating what we were talking about earlier. What you were talking about alcohol and law and the law, but sometimes they have to protect us from our own selves.
But there lies the problem, right? The problem. We are looking at persons who are in place with us. Doing
our own self. Yes, because I remember even recently they were able to share statistics about the amount of road fatalities here in the Cayman Islands. And a lot of them related to drinking alcohol and driving, because what that does is that alcohol alters how well you are, how alert you are. And so they had to be patrolling more often because, of course, when they had brunches and so forth, persons would just indulge a little bit too much, and then they are on the road and put innocent civilians, other persons, at risk by driving under the influence. Yes. So of course the police had to be out there monitoring and checking. So I want to say a special good morning.
Yes.
We have VIPs who are police officers, and of course, Flashpoint is not just a local media group. We are not just in the Cayman Islands. Yes. And so as United States celebrates Law Enforcement Appreciation, we to extend...
We want to appreciate our local police.
Yes, we want to say, we have a few VIPs who are...
I want to say, big up Officer Millwood. Right, this morning, yes.
Yes. And of course, I had a little fender bender during the holiday, and of course, it was managed quite efficiently by the police officers here. So I want to big up the Georgetown police officers. They quickly responded. I had to go to the traffic department, and I didn't know that where the traffic department was. So I went there, and I was dealt with in a very efficient manner. Police officer, she took the report. I don't remember her name right now, but I want to say good morning to the law enforcement officers here in the Kingdom.
Personalizing my greeting to Officer Winston Bennett this morning as well. Of course, Officer, my friends
Yes.
on the force this
Yes.
morning. I wanted to say shout out. Of course, you have to say to Dr. Levine, who is also.
Oh, good morning. Yes, we extend our appreciation. So, appreciation to
Yes, to all the officers of the law.
law enforcement
I want
officers.
to know, and I want to say good morning to Mr. Howell as well.
Morning, Mr. Howell.
I mean, I have a friend. We call it. He's an inspector of police. I believe that senior inspector of police right now.
You seem to have a lot of police friends.
Because he knows himself. He knows himself. When I say Muggy, that's the name. Is a nickname from way back when, but that's not the name that he had.
Yeah.
Of course, we have other police officers that we know. Darcia.
Oh, yes.
I can't pronounce the last name yet.
That will come in time. But while you're working on the pronunciation, it's past our news hour. I know when we get to talking, we just get to talking.
Well, let me just leave it on the table. Before I leave, I would want to say to my friend, Police Karen, one up. One up. Of course, it's news time. Of course, let's go to our sponsor then, and then of course, let's get some commercial in, and then we get to our news. News is brought to us by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs, right here in the Grand Cayman Islands.
When you need ultrasound that is safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4, Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with more than 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
This is your news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. I'm calling Karen. Bomb scare at Hurley's supermarket cleared. In the early afternoon, Tuesday, emergency teams responded to a bomb scare at Hurley's supermarket in Grand Cayman. Following a thorough assessment, the all clear was given and no threats were found. Authorities have urged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity. Conservation law changes spark controversy. Proposed amendments to the National Conservation Act have been labeled totally unjustified by former Premier Wayne Panton, ex-Sustainability Minister Catherine Evans-Wills. The changes aimed at reducing environmental safeguards have sparked a heated debate. Progressives leader Joy Hill has called for the government to withdraw the bill, while Makiva Bush, part of the minority government, supports the amendments, arguing they address development delays. Critics warn the changes could lead to unchecked development and irreversible environmental damage. Elections Office warns against voter fraud. The Elections Office has pledged heightened vigilance following allegations of voter registration fraud. Concerns were raised about individuals submitting false residential information to vote in districts where they don't reside. Elections Supervisor Wesley Howell confirmed investigations are underway and any suspected fraud will be referred to the police. Man jailed for terrifying assault. A 42-year-old man, Miguel Wright, was sentenced to 16 months in prison for a prolonged assault on a woman. The court heard how Wright abducted the victim, assaulted her, and later brought her to the police station to report the incident. Justice Cheryl Richards described the ordeal as terrifying and said Wright's actions inflicted severe distress on the victim. USVI tourism breaks records in 2024. The U.S. Virgin Islands shattered tourism records in 2024 with nearly 1 million air arrivals, marking a 16.5% increase from the previous year. The cruise sector also saw substantial growth, hosting over 1.7 million passengers. Tourism Commissioner Joseph Busuttil attributed the success to expanded air routes, inaugural cruise visits, and robust marketing strategies. The Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court will open the new year on Friday, January 10, with ceremonial proceedings across its 9 member states. This year's theme, Accessibility and Awareness, Bridging the Gap Through Community Engagement, highlights the court's focus on inclusivity. Venezuelan opposition leader's son-in-law kidnapped. Rafael Tudara's son-in-law of Venezuelan opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez was kidnapped Tuesday in Caracas while dropping off his children at school. Hooded men intercepted the vehicle, abducting Tudara's. This incident comes amidst heightened security in Caracas ahead of President Nicolas Maduro's swearing-in ceremony. Trump appeals to Supreme Court in hush money case. President-elect Donald Trump has petitioned the Supreme Court to block his sentencing in New York hush money case set for Friday. Trump's lawyers argue that the federal conviction could harm the president's operations. Prosecutors are expected to respond by Thursday. Those were your news updates on Flashpoint Radio. Please continue to stay tuned for more updates throughout the day.
Ultrasound that is safe and effective, you must visit a side ultrasound imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4, Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. A side ultrasound imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call a side ultrasound imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Welcome back. Of course, news this morning. brought to you by Styles to Sun Audio to Sun News right here in Grand Cape. And of course, welcome to the breakfast, sir. If you're just joining us, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. And as you join us, we have shared tips on numerous occasions and safety tips on the road, safety tips in case of a hurricane, safety tips in case of an earthquake, drop, cover, and roll. And, top of the news this morning mentioned, of course, a bomb scare. And of course, individuals were the emergency team were quick in responding to that scare yesterday in Cayman Islands, in Grand Cayman to be specific. And so we thought it wise that we just share a few general tips as it relates to if we do. And it's become quite a common thing, Mikey G. It's something that's happening world over. I mean,
bomb scare.
Yes.
It becomes a household staple.
Well, we don't want to. Yes.
Everybody, it's a thing now. Bomb scare.
Here are a few tips. Here are a few essential tips. What to do during or if you have heard of a bomb scare. What do? First thing is to stay calm. Panic can cause confusion and impede evacuation and emergency procedures. Take deep breaths and focus on staying composed. Next, report the threat immediately.
And on this, not necessarily standing right there composed while the bomb is going off. And just
on this Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, certainly report the threat immediately.
Yes.
Notify the authorities, such as the police, the security personnel, fire brigade, and provide all the details you have, including suspicious activities or suspicious objects. We know that when we go to the airport, they will tell you, don't leave your bag unaccompanied, because then if they see a bag just out there, they don't know who, so there's always that potential. So if you see anything suspicious, of course, report it. Do not handle suspicious items. If you see a suspicious package or object, do not touch it. Note its location and inform the authorities. Follow evacuation procedures, and this is important. Wherever you are, know where the exit is, know where is the quickest way. You know that each time you go on a flight, and a lot of persons don't pay attention to the flight attendant, but once you are about to take a flight, they always share you cannot
tips.
Yes, and then they'll show you where the exits are and advise you to locate the exit even if it's potentially behind you. Then you follow the evacuation procedures. Listen to the instructions from security personnel or emergency responders. Leave the area calmly but swiftly. Avoid using elevators and opt for the stairs instead. Maintain your distance. Move at least 300 feet or 90 meters away from the suspected threat or building. Avoid windows, glass doors, or areas with potential debris. And of course, silence your electronic devices. Turn off cell phones and other electronic devices, as they could potentially trigger certain types of explosives. Be observant while evacuating. Stay alert for additional suspicious objects or activities. Share observations with the authorities. Stay informed. Keep updated via official sources such as police announcements or local news for instructions and updates. refrain from spreading unverified information. Avoid sharing rumors or unverified details on social media to prevent panic and misinformation. Cooperate fully with authorities. Follow all instructions and assist in any investigations if necessary. Remember, the key priorities are your safety, remaining calm, and ensuring effective communication with the appropriate authorities.
You ever hear earthquake come and say, hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I come Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake doesn't arrive unannounced, and when it comes, it shake all sense and sensibility out of me. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts in this earthquake, make a quick move to a safe place. You have to know we are any exit. Stairs might block up are full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in a booth or a barn, and you're stuck in that box around here. Take cover under a strong table now then, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take for yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
How to produce your podcast? Flashpoint Media makes it very easy. We can relieve your headache by recording your podcast for you. So, take the first step to getting your content to your desired audience. Contact us here at Flashpoint, and your podcast will be live in no time. Our website is www.flashpointmedia.ky, or call us at 345-321-6969. That's 345-321-6969.
Welcome back. Yeah, Elise, for the tips and advice that you gave, it was so important that we pay attention to it. Most persons, when it's about their situation, first they take their cell phone and start to take out the pictures.
That's the thing. That's the
First see it, just take the picture. And you use it with the phone.
That's the unfortunate reality. That's a big one in. So
someone is dying, and instead of trying to assist the person to help them in any way, you have to take the picture watching them die, and then look at it, they're going to take the last breath now. Let's take that picture first.
Yeah. But we certainly are reminded each day that we do live in an imperfect world, and as such we have to stay alert and be vigilant. And of course, that's the unfortunate situation. I believe last year, towards the end of the year, I heard of a few bomb scares as well, and right there in Jamaica. And it's a situation that we deal with, and we can't bury our heads in the sand, but we have to be alert and stay alert. I think there was a slogan at one time: if you see something, say something. Say something. And even the airports, you have been told, if you see something, say something.
Because guess what? If you see something, you're getting on the same plane with the something.
Yes.
And then that something might be the thing that is the last thing that you see.
Yeah.
Something, because it may be on the plane with you,
Yes.
We have developed a culture called the informer for dead culture.
No, we don't have that culture.
Well, if I should say that is... Well, let's see what it is. Informer for dead culture says, all informer for dead. That's it. That's the concept of the informal forget culture, right?
Yes.
And so what we did, and I tell people about music, people claim that music is just an art form of whatever. Music is a culturing tool.
Right.
Because the art form is what we use to culture our people.
Yes.
Anybody who control media, control the culturing.
Yes.
And what is sent over the media is what cultures the mind of those who are participating.
Mm-hmm.
So the informal forget culture came up back in the 1990s, actually.
Right. Yes.
It was the 1990s that brought that culture in play. And we got that. Persons are going to keep their mouth, and the songs came out, informer today, and if you're informer, you must get this, and you must shoot informers, and all these things came out of the songs.
Yes.
Those songs led to the silencing of persons who would normally say, thief, thief, thief. And by not calling the police, or even as citizens, be actively engaged in getting rid of criminals out of the society, or making pronouncements on those who are creating involved in criminal activity. By being silent, what you did was you gave the criminals your community.
Yes.
And then the criminals now becomes the dons.
Mm-hmm.
Become the dons. And now you know to be looking up to them as community leaders. And so it emerged many persons coming from this thing, and they are community leaders now, but they are just criminals, right? And politicians align themselves with them because they need them to do the favors of the community to secure elections, and it goes on. So they are monetized. And so we have normalized and glamorized criminal enterprise that becomes our boss and bosses. It is hard to get from money that's here right now, and we are in trouble with it, right? What that means is that we have allowed ourselves to go to the rabbit hole by keeping silent and listen to what's happening now in 2024, 2025. That's where we are. So, so I want to say, so the music,
Yes.
that the society creates and develops is to tell you what kind of society you will have futuristically. Because that is the cultural tool of the minds of the young people who are coming up, who understand these songs to be the mindset that they will now develop. These will become the actions of the younger persons within our society. The music, the songs that are being sung. And I've listened to persons tell me, it's just the youth them singing the songs about what's going on in their community. A long time in a kill a man. That's cultural, And so we have to look at these things through real. We have to be careful with what we're saying. And so I would say, if you really want to put a tab on your country's well-being, pay attention to the songs that the youngsters are listening to. And not just the youngsters, the older ones are producing it and giving it to the children. Because little children, big men produce songs, little children sing them, and they become the big men of society later on with no values. And women.
Truth, Mikey G, truth.
Alright, so we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate our birthday girl. Elise.
Yes,
My friend, of course.
special birthday to Lady Antoinette. Wishing you many more happy ones. I will be giving you a direct call to share these greetings, but we want to wish you a happy birthday from the Flashpoint crew, from the Flashpoint team, and hope that you will have a splendiferous day today. We are only 9 days, is it? Yes?
9 days to do it.
We're just 9 days old in the new year.
9 days old today.
Yes.
What a day like today. Can I tell you? Many persons have not got up this morning. That's a reality. But we want to thank you guys for joining us this morning for this episode of the Breakfast Show. It has been a well-spent morning, ladies, for our friends and families, our VIP members, for those who are first-time viewers, for those who are, you know, there's another name I want to say, but I'm not going to say that one. I'm not going to say that one. All right, is we believe that family is important. And the importance of the family for me is that we take care of our kids, we take care of our children, we ensure that the society is not just for your children or your kid, but for the next person, your neighbor. Make sure it is also good for them to have. And so, this morning we want to pay tribute to our families and of course, you know, to give that credence.
Yeah, and of course, as usual, when we get ready to sign out, I have to share everything. Our karaoke comes up on the 1st of February, right here. So all roads lead there. And of course, we're going to be crowning the king or the queen of karaoke. So come ready to do your best rendition.
Listen. I heard some singing at the last karaoke we had, and that was an amazing piece of celebration right here. I don't know.
Yes, it's amazing.
The singers were awesome. The event was nice. I enjoyed it to the fullest. I laughed my belly out. I got the chance. I get to sing too. All right, I get to sing too, and I did do my little part. You know, I've gone to many other karaoke's and you know, man, I laugh at myself too, you know, sometimes, but. We got some singers that came out. We thought that they came from the Rising Stars. They were at American Idols or American Got Talent. You know, I mean, it was insane. You know, to see the level of the talent that were there. People came out and they showcased themselves. It was awesome. You know, I got a DJ out there who DJ'd and wrote a whole Bible scripture. And I tell you, I'm not lying to you, Courtney mashed up the place the night. I enjoyed it. I'm mixing my rhythm too, you know. I was mixing it, you know, mixing up the thing, and we had a good time. So of course, guys, catch us karaoke 2025 on the 1st of February, right here in the Grand Cayman Islands, and of course it will be at the Civic Center in South Sound. Boom, yeah, Civic Center South Sound karaoke time, right here in the Grand Cay.
So wishing you all an awesome day today. Thank you for tuning in to the Breakfast Hour. Join us for Friday's episode, and of course continue to share the link and be blessed, be safe today. And I hope that you would find a law enforcement officer and show them your appreciation. Tell them thank you. Encourage them to continue to be good law enforcement officers. Have yourself an awesome, wonderful day.